Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, August 8th. That means we are 6 weeks and 2 days away from the Fox Valley Marathon. I realize it's been quite a while since I've been on YouTube here. So quick update, I'm going for a sub 255 marathon to try to qualify for Boston 2027. They just recently changed the cutoff date, so I can't qualify for next year, but it'll be for 2027. Had my injury last year. I posted about that before. Been feeling really good since then, since healing from then. Had a few minor scares with the injury in the past couple months, but everything's great. Feeling really good. Mostly it's just fatigue now. Like, I'm a lot more tired than I am normally. Right now it's just about 10 o'clock in the morning, so going out for a long run today, which is 19 miles. I typically would like to get out there a lot earlier, but like I said, I've been kind of fatigued, so trying to prioritize recovery and sleep as well. So 19 miles today, all easy. Last week I had an 18-mile workout with 10 miles of marathon pace in the middle of it. That felt fantastic. So slowly but surely getting some confidence back from my fitness. So gonna start the run here in a few minutes. Just wanted to show you guys what I had before. I've been really trying to prioritize proper nutrition and hydration before and during. I've had some stomach issues with especially the heat and trying to keep down fluids and gels. So that's been my big priority right now. Like I said, fitness is feeling pretty good, but trying to control everything else like nutrition and hydration. So before, I had 2 scoops of VPN's G1M and then big spoonful of honey. I actually have been experimenting with a little bit of caffeine, which I don't normally do before runs, but last week and this week I had about a half, 3/4 cup of coffee, just to see how that feels, and because I want to experiment before race day so I know exactly what I'm doing on race day morning. So I had that too, and then I have some gels with me. I have 2 right here. Gonna have actually bring a third one with me. I'll have one probably around mile 5, and I want to try to get at least 2 in. 3 will be pushing it depending on how my stomach feels, but I'm trying to train my stomach as much as my fitness as well. So have these as well, and then 2 water bottles with me for mid-run. So that is my pre and intra-run nutrition. Show you guys what I'm having after and how it went. All right, just wrapped up 19 miles. Actually, not just, I finished probably 20-30 minutes ago. It was, sorry here, just under 4 seconds under 2.5 hours, so 7:53 pace. Got that right here, hope you can see that. It felt decent for the first 10 miles. Then it really started to heat up. I hope you guys can hear me. I'm sorry. The wind just picked up. First 10 miles felt pretty decent. Then it started to warm up as expected. And the good thing is I was able to get 2 gels in. So I'm happy about that because I haven't been able to get 2 gels in on a long run for quite a while. Just with stomach discomfort, so that was a win. My first gel was about mile 5.5, second about 11.5, and about a mile or so after that, so 12 to 13. That's when I really started to not feel the greatest. It was mostly with stomach discomfort. I did carry my water most of the time. I set it by my car just to come back every few miles when I needed it. But after about 10 to 15, after about 10 to 12 miles, I just held it the whole time just because I knew I was going to need it. Stomach started to feel a little off. I couldn't tell if it was dehydration or if it was because I was sipping too frequently. So that's something I just got to keep experimenting with. So, I mean,
I kept everything down. Stopped a few times to use a tree, and honestly, I did have to stop, I believe, twice within the last like 5 miles just to stop and stand in the shade for like 30 seconds to a minute. Because like I was getting down to about an 8 to 8:15 pace, and it just felt like a crawl. It felt like I had nothing left. Again, maybe under fuel, that probably was a big factor, because 2 gels definitely is not enough calories to, hold on. Sorry, we got some trucks going by. 2 gels definitely is not enough calories to sustain throughout 19 miles. A couple times for the last 3 miles, I had to stop in the shade just to regroup and then keep going. Did feel a little nauseous finishing in the last half mile or so, but did not get sick, so that's good. And then, like I said, I finished the run about 20-30 minutes ago. After I finished, I literally just sat in a chair in the shade by my apartment and just chilled out for a second. Felt good. Breeze feels good. I'm cooling down. I'm feeling better now. Actually, I did a little like health snapshot on my Garmin while I was sitting there. So give me a second. I'm gonna pull up the stats for what it said during that health snapshot. Keep in mind, this was without a chest monitor, so it may not be the most accurate data, but my heart rate while taking the snapshot, now keep in mind this was probably 10 to 15 minutes. Oops, hold on. There we go. It disappeared on me for a minute. So keep in mind, this is without a chest monitor, so it might not be the most accurate, but 113 beats per minute. That's about, like I said, about 10 minutes or so after finishing the run, 13 breaths per minute. So recording this, I went inside quickly and put some cold water from the fridge in the freezer with some BPN electrolytes and creatine, and did like a scoop and a half. So that should be nice and cold when I get back, I'm hoping. And then put some cherries in the freezer. They've been my hyperfixation this summer. I love them. And then I prepped some food last night, so because I knew I didn't want to cook after my run. So gonna get into that. Have a few options, so I'll probably show you what I have. But right now, as of like 30-40 minutes after finishing the run, I have no appetite, and that's something that's pretty common for me. After really big efforts, it takes a while for my system and my CNS to really get back to normal and kind of regulate my appetite. So I'm going to find some sort of calories right now, because I don't want to go very long without anything replenishing. Whether it's just like a scoop of honey, some juice, something like a banana, something just to give me calories. And then after about like 30 or 40 more minutes, after I cool off again, take a shower, I'm sure I will have more of an appetite, but that's also something I've been really trying to work on with nutrition lately. Not just pre and intra run nutrition, but also post, especially, like I said, with long efforts. It really takes a while for me to get my appetite back, and I don't and cannot wait that long to get refueled. So hopefully with time and just kind of gradually working in food more quickly after a run, especially long runs, I'll get more used to it. So partly is the heat. It's not as bad when it's in the fall and the winter. When I run, I'm pretty hungry right after runs. So just acclimating to it and taking it day by day, trying to get ready, because race day is just over 6 weeks away. All right, I am back inside and showered. Carefully put together this beautifully aesthetic, colorful plate here. I got some chicken and potatoes that I prepared yesterday, and then some frozen cherries. I know, it looks incredible. So eat this, and then probably within like an hour or two, get another meal. But that is today's training, 19 miles. We are, like I said, 6 weeks and 2 days away from the marathon. So again, take it one day at a time and hoping to get to the start line healthy, and then just give it a rip, get everything I have. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Try to get more of these up before race day, and I'll see you soon. Good morning, everyone. So today is Sunday, August 31st. Last long run workout of the prep for BQ. At the time of recording this, I have actually finished the workout. I forgot to film a little intro before starting, so I will tell you guys how it went after. But on the lineup for today is 21 miles, 3-mile warm-up, and then 2 times 6 miles at marathon pace or faster, with a mile recovery in between. Goal marathon pace is 6:40 or faster. And then after those 2 rounds of 6 on, 1 easy, we have 2 miles shooting for sub 6 minute per mile, just emptying the tank with whatever I have left after 12 miles of marathon pace work, and then a cool down. So we'll see how that goes. After the last few weeks of long runs and workouts, have been slowly gaining some confidence, so especially with 1 pacing and 2 intra-run nutrition. So we will give it a rip and see how it goes today. I'll catch up with you after. 6-mile segment of the workout done. Averaged 6:29 per mile. Was shooting for sub 6:40 for marathon pace. The plan was for that one, just regardless of how I feel, if I feel fantastic, if I feel not so great, just hug 6:40 for as long as I can, just to cruise. And then this next 6-mile segment at pace, push a little bit as long as I'm feeling good, to really see where my fitness is, see if I can get closer to 6:30s, or I mean now even maybe higher 6:20s. And then that last 2-mile segment after the 6, just give it all I have, see what I have left in the tank, and this will be a good gauge for how to strategize my pacing 3 weeks from today. So we'll see how this next 6-mile segment goes. Second round of 6 miles at marathon pace done. Averaged 6:25, so I'm happy with that. The last mile and a half to 2 miles felt pretty good. So I started to creep up to a 6:15, 6:10 pace for a little bit, and that felt all right. So I backed down a little bit, because we're ending with this 2 miles, really just whatever I have left. So the goal is under 6. So we will see how that goes. Yeah. Last 2-mile segment done. It was under 6. I glanced at my watch. I saw 5:50, 4, I think, and then just kind of ignored it because it didn't feel the greatest. But we're done. It's gonna cool down here. So I'd say overall, fairly successful marathon pace workout. 3 weeks out from today is the BQ attempt. Workout and cool down are complete. Honestly, pretty pleased. I just checked the pacings. The first 6, like I said, was 6:29 minute per mile, and then the second interval of 6 was 6:26 average. So honestly, pretty pleased with that so far. Like I said before, the goal with that first round of 6 was just get to pace and then just chill, just get into cruise control, turn my mind off. Honestly, that's one of the reasons I did literally this whole workout minus the warm up on the track. I know that seems a little diabolical, but one reason I like the track is I don't have to think about my route, about cars, about sidewalk cracks or instabilities, whatever. It's very flat. I can just go and not think about anything, and especially like I said with marathon pace, just turn my mind off and get into cruise control. So first, like I said, was just under a 6:30. Second round of 6 miles was a 6:26. So the goal was to just see how that first round of 6 felt, and then in the second one just turn up a bit and see how much I can hold. And then with that last 2 miles, just kind of give the rest of my tank and see what I can do. So that was, I held a 5:54 on those last 2, which felt decently strong. The last 1K to half mile, I really kind of felt it, especially in my stomach a little bit. But I mean, that's what you get for 12 miles of marathon pace work, and then a little faster at the end. So overall, very pleased. Just getting confidence for 3 weeks from now. So we will get hydrated again. I'm pretty salty. I've got a bunch of dried salt already on my chest, on my face, on my arms. So get back, get some fluid, some salt, some food, and just chill out. And then one more long run, all aerobic next weekend, and then we start to taper a bit. So I will keep you guys updated, and I appreciate you watching.